Hello, people. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Sorry for not going live yesterday, but well, there's another way to put it. Family stuff. We basically decided to decorate for Christmas. I know it's a bit too late to some extent, but it's also right on time. Had to decorate the whole place. One of the two trees we decorated. The second one we're gonna decorate during the weekend. But yeah, basically family stuff. Nice to spend time with family. But just like yesterday, we're gonna talk about it today. That Gabriel is out till the end of the year. Might be a bit longer, might be a bit sooner, but it also could be potential situation that we rush him back, and that would be no new situation regarding Mikel Arteta. Let's be real. Apparently, there are links with Yildiz, allegedly, but we'll see how that's gonna go because that is all rumor mills, and we don't know how that's gonna go. There are talks about Semenyo, which are very weird, which I didn't expect because regarding Semenyo, the all talk has been United, it all has been Liverpool, to some extent City, but it has never been Arsenal. But now Arsenal, there could be some stuff, but of course, another topic that remains about Arsenal, more games we have, more problems Arsenal are going to get. And obviously, we're going to talk about that as well. So, smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. And leave your thoughts down in the live chat. Big up AFC always. Hope you're doing well on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Hope all is fine with you, my guy. Hope everything's, let's be real. Wednesday is treating you well, and Tuesday was good for you too. But we're gonna talk about this because this is something very, 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 very unique. I didn't expect to see. Let's just put it that way. In terms of Yildiz, in terms of signings, because Arsenal somehow might actually do something in January for somehow, some way. There are talks about this, so we're gonna talk. We have to talk about it. Let's be real. But yeah. We'll see. Now, give me a quick second to fix my camera because it has gone out of focus for some weird reason. But yeah, Semenyo would fix our attack, but Arteta ruins attackers. That's the thing. No matter who we sign, there are going to be issues. And mostly they're going to come from Mikel Arteta. Let's be real. Mikel Arteta is messing up our attack. No matter how you look at it, with all the attacking talent you could even say we have, our attack is struggling. Our attack definitely is struggling. But yeah, here are the talks in recent times about Arsenal in those terms. But apparently for 2026, there is genuine admiration for Juventus's Kenan Yildiz from Arsenal, which is very promising. I'm a big fan of Kenan Yildiz. I think he definitely could do a fantastic job for Arsenal on the left wing, especially given that pretty much a year ago we didn't sign, and we had a chance, actually. We just didn't utilize it. We got a chance to sign Kvaratskhelia, who went to PSG, and to be honest, for him, to some extent, that is one of the best decisions he has ever made since he won the treble, including Champions League, beating Arsenal on the way. But yeah, Arsenal are interested in Kenan Yildiz. Contract talks are ongoing but stalled because Juventus obviously would want to re-sign him. At the same time, Kenan Yildiz apparently looking at the offers, looking at the situation. Maybe Juventus are not willing to pay because Serie A teams are a bit short on money and all this stuff. So maybe that is influencing this. But yeah, signing Yildiz apparently would take around 100 million, allegedly. But Arsenal apparently are willing to pay that. That's according to Football Transfers. This is all according to Ben Jacobs, who you're seeing on your screen right now. So definitely will be an interesting one, to say the least. Big up, Terry. Hope you're doing well today. Andrea Berta is known for is a big admirer of Rodrigo. That is no surprise there. Let's be real. But obviously, the overall package, fee, wages, the add-ons, everything we should pay to the agent, and everything would be hell expensive. Would be way more than Yildiz, would be way more than anyone else. And apparently it's unlikely to progress. And to be honest, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised in this regard. And our attack needs our attack needs new manager. Let's just put it that way, actually. But yeah, The Rodrigo links, I don't think it's gonna materialize for Arsenal. I think it's gonna disappear quite quickly. There will be talks. I expect there to be talks in the transfer market about Arsenal and Rodrigo, since we have been linked with him for quite a while right now, including last summer. But overall, given the situation about the money and how much Rodrigo would want, the how much we should pay and everything, I don't think it's gonna happen. On top of that, Anthony Gordon also remains a long-term target for Arsenal. He's always been rated highly, but Arsenal are just monitoring at the end of the day, which is a bit of an issue in those terms. Give me a sec. No. But yeah, it would be very interesting. It would be interesting if Arsenal could actually sign any left winger in general. That is the biggest thing. It would be interesting to see if Arsenal sign anyone, because this is the weird thing about Arsenal, that we are monitoring everyone, yet at the end of the day, we are not signing anyone, to say the least. So yeah, Gordon, Rodrigo not happening. Yildiz is on the cards, but it doesn't stop there. Apparently, Arsenal also would only consider Antoine Semenyo, but that is if Arsenal sells some players, or even one player by the looks of things, in January. And the issue is that the second sentence. The second sentence is a big issue. Obviously, I don't trust David. He looks like he's 12, but I don't trust David, obviously, because that's just Arsenal, random Arsenal, let's just say, what was ITK, let's just put it that way. And this sentence is really worrying. This sentence is really, really, really worrying, that Arsenal instead are expecting a quiet January transfer window. To one extent, it is worrying, because Arsenal need improvements. Arsenal need enforcements in certain areas, in my opinion, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Saying that, what can you expect? Arsenal always have quiet January windows. We don't do much in these transfer windows, which could be a reason also why we haven't got it over the line over the last few years. Let's just put it that way. But Andrea Berta, he might do something. That's if we sell, of course. Then saying that, Mikel Arteta getting even more money, taking that spending into mid-billions already, into 1.5 billion, getting up slowly to that extent. I think that also would be very, very big issue. Very big issue. Because there are lots of Arsenal fans who think that Arteta doesn't deserve any more money. And I tend to agree with that, because with the money he has spent, he should have a squad, he should have a team, he should have a starting 11 which doesn't possess issues. And Arsenal should not be in this predicament they are right now. The attack shouldn't be struggling, the midfield should not be short, the defense should be in the place. But again, it looks like we are short. Left wing, midfielder replacement for Rice, a proper left back. There are still issues that are glaring from Arsenal, at least for me personally, in terms of Arsenal, and that is a big, big worry. Big worry. Let's just put it that way. I think City are keen on Rodrigo. I wouldn't be surprised if they get Rodrigo. I would not be surprised at all. Savio is hardly ripping the trees up at City. Maybe they will loan him out. Maybe they loaned him out once. Maybe they will loan him out again, and they will get Rodrigo instead. And with Man City, he would get considerably a bigger amount of game time compared to Real Madrid. Let's be real. That is the other big thing. Big up, Claire. Big up, Claire. Hope you're doing well today. Hope everything's fine with you. Hope you're in college, so midterms are going fine, hopefully. Maybe something like that is happening for you. So hopefully everything is good, everything's safe and sound. You're on top of it, and you're not also getting sick, because this time is very tricky in the winter. So hopefully you're all fine too. But yeah, Semenyo, interesting. And of course, the big ones, Yildiz. But I genuinely believe if Arsenal would go for Yildiz, right, that would be a summer signing. I don't see Arsenal dropping 100 million in January. They were willing to do that for Mudryk, right? And, well, the less said the better. And we got Trossard instead, which obviously at the moment seems like a good option, good chance, good business. At the end of the day, no matter how you look at it, I don't see Arsenal signing Yildiz in January, which again now becomes a bit of a worry. Let's just put it that way, mostly because, like, we need that. We need that left wing. We need left-sided improvements in general, and we just are not doing that. Obviously, Rodrigo, we talked about. I'm surprised that Anthony Gordon is still getting talked about. That for me is the biggest shock in this regard. Obviously, it's all monitoring, it's all looking, it's all just stalking. Let's just put it that way. And nothing substantial as of now. No bids yet, and to be honest, I don't expect also any bids to come in, which is a bit of an issue. Let's just put it that way. Saying that, given that we have, according to many people at Arsenal, with many Arsenal fans, we have the best squad in the league, best depth, best team, best manager, he should not need any new signings. But it's very glaring, it's very evident that we do. At the end of the day, it's very glaring and it's very evident that we do. So we'll see how that's going to go. We're definitely going to see how that's going to go. In other news regarding some injuries and Gabriel Magalhaes, it looks like he's going to get sidelined till the end of the year, by the looks of things. There are not going to be anything special. There's not going to be anything unique. But I don't know. I genuinely don't know. People were laughing at me, calling me stupid, dumb, and all this stuff when I said that with Gabriel out, Arsenal are going to struggle. It's going to be rough. Defensively especially, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be tough work. And now that it's actually happening, people are not laughing anymore. They are not laughing anymore, obviously. They are not apologizing for the stuff they're saying that we should apologize, and they're not the same ones that are not apologizing when we call this stuff out. That is another big thing if you're looking from that perspective. But Gabriel being out till the end of the year, it's definitely a worry. Yes, we have, I would say, games we should be winning without Gabriel. That goes without saying. Same time, it's not looking great, is it? No Mosquera, no Gabriel. Saliba is rushed back. I'm just worried that Gabriel doesn't get rushed back and he gets even more injured. And if that happens, it's gonna get even worse. That for me is the biggest worry here. And obviously, with Mikel Arteta's track record of rushing players back, half injured, half recovered, we could be subject to these situations and instances where it definitely goes south real quick. That for me is a big problem now. And the more games we play, the more problems we're going to have. Because right now, our defense, let's just say, as little as goals they have conceded, right? It's not the same. It is very shaky. Set piece situations for us is a big problem, offensively especially. When we were talking about is that if Gabriel gets injured before he got injured, and we won't have a focal point in the set piece situations because Gabriel is the guy who gets at the end of it. At the end of the day, he gets at the end of the Declan Rice's cross. He gets to the part where he delivers the finishing shot or lays off the ball to another player, depending on the set piece routine Jover has drawn up. Let's just put it that way. He was the main man, and we don't have another player like that who can replace him. And it's not looking great. It's definitely not looking great. But even looking at in the retrospect of things at the moment, looking at how Declan Rice is whipping in the corners, set pieces in general, even with Gabriel there, we would be kind of screwed because it's not the same. It's not the same instances. It's not the same situations because Declan Rice barely can put in a decent cross anymore. Whether he's playing half injured, whether something is gone, whether he's genuinely drained from energy because it feels that way after games where he barely can stand with his arms on his hips and he's breathing heavily. Go figure. But it's very evident that right now, it's not even January. We are almost only at the halfway of the season. Some players are kind of drained to a very big degree. And that is a big worry for me personally. Big worry, big issue. And I don't know what to expect right now. Like, I know what to expect, but it's a conversation to have in these terms, which definitely it's not going to go down well. Because I think to some degree with the games are coming up, the more games, the more problems. People are not ready for these instances. Because even in January, if you look at Arsenal's January schedule, right? I know I'm jumping a bit ahead, right? 2 weeks till the December ends. We have still 4 games to go. But even if you look at the January schedule, just Premier League alone, I'm not talking about Portsmouth, Kairat, Inter Milan, and everything. It's not great because we have 2 home games. Both games are United and Liverpool. It's not gonna be easy, and it's not great for us with those teams. Yes, technically we can beat them, but it also could go south real quick. And then you look at our away games in January, right? It's against teams that usually tend to do well against us, the teams that we struggle against away to a very high degree. It is Bournemouth. We know how that went last year. We have Nottingham Forest, who are balling out under Sean Dyche right now. And of course, we have Leeds. And Leeds away for any team is a tough one. And for Arsenal, the last time we played Leeds away, it was by the skin of the teeth at the end of the day. It almost ended in disaster. Even in the last few games, there were some questionable calls at the end of the day, at the end of the day, going in Arsenal's favor, where Leeds got done over to some degree. It's definitely not looking good. It's definitely some worrying situations happening there. And it's very hard right now to predict and expect what's going to happen, but it's not looking great. Let's just put it that way. Still in hospital, but the nurses woke me up morning shots, but saw you were alive. Big up. Hope everything gets better very, very soon and very quickly. Hope everything will be fine, because staying in hospital in general, that's a drag and a half. For some people, it's even scary, to say the least. And yeah, hospitals, that is one of those places where you definitely don't want to spend your Christmas, to say the least. New Year's and places like that, and occasions like that at the minimum. So yeah, hopefully you get better soon and you get released very, very quickly. In some other news, in some random news, Takehiro Tomiyasu, remember him? Remember this guy? He used to be at Arsenal, and he has signed with Ajax. Good luck to him. Just putting it out there. Good luck to him. Now, I need to talk about this as well. We need to talk about this. That faith expression, looks like Owen Hargreaves, says it all. Genuinely says it all. Because Mikel Arteta said this the year before last, so 2 years ago, that's what he could have said. We scored the most goals in the history of Arsenal Football Club. The least goals conceded. The most clean sheets. The most wins. We still didn't win the league. And the nuts part is, we should have won the league that year. We should have. And this is all, to be honest, on Mikel Arteta with the 1-7 in December, 1 win in 7 games. Playing Thomas Partey as a right back, thus benching Gabriel, drawing to 10-man Fulhams and all these teams at home. This is the reason why. This is the reason why. Because at the end of the day, no one gives a damn, to be honest, to some degree. How many goals do you score per season? Because you can score 120 goals a season, but if they lead to nothing, it's great on paper, but in general, it's an irrelevant stat. Because Arsenal that season as well, they kind of stat padded, if you ask me, because they had a very, very shocking first half of the season, right? Year 23. When it switched to 24, we went to Dubai, that infamous Dubai trip where we came back afterwards, and we started to win 5-2, 4-1, 4-0, 3-0, 5-0. Havertz went on that purple patch and everything, which ultimately led us on not signing a striker last summer. And it painted over the cracks because at the end of the day, everything is in balance. It balances each other out. So if we had such a rough start in the rough first half, it had to happen. We had to have a great second half. Because if we didn't, we would have finished somewhere like 10th, 9th, something like that. And as much as he boasts about these stats, they led to nothing. And that kind of shows what's kind of wrong with Arsenal. at the end of the day. It kind of shows. And unfortunately, that is Mikel Arteta. Whether you like it or not, whether you want to admit it or not, Arteta has put Arsenal in a very good spot where we should be winning stuff. Unfortunately, we are not. We definitely are not, and I don't think we won't. That is the sad part. That is the sad part in everything. Big up, Andrew. Another wasted season. Yeah, it looks that way. For sure, looks that way. It's going to come again down to some random situations where Arsenal have a chance and we screw it up. We ball it. We have done it before already this season, where at the end of the season, we're going to sit here and look back at it and say, well, if this happened, if that happened, if Arteta was more brave and all this stuff, it's going to be these ifs, whats, buts, and maybes, which basically are going to define our season. Our trophies, like last year, for example, we beat Madrid trophy, right? This year is going to be we beat Bayern Munich trophy. It's always going to be something like that. And for me at the moment, yesterday, obviously, it was a talk about the fact that there was Carabao Cup game. Chelsea beat Cardiff 3-1. Garnacho scored 2 goals. Garnacho has finally found his level. Today as well, there are 2 Carabao Cup games, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check quickly. Yeah, Manchester City play against Brentford at Etihad, and Newcastle play Fulham. And Arsenal's Carabao Cup game is next week against Crystal Palace, right? And these are one of those cup games where you either do it or you don't. The nuts part is who Arsenal get in the next round, right? Wait, let me check. Carabao Cup schedule, yeah. See, Arsenal are gonna play them, and then it's gonna be to TBD afterwards. So let's just say Newcastle beat Fulham, right? It's gonna be again Arsenal versus Newcastle in the semifinals of Carabao Cup. And looking at how Eddie Howe knows how to coach, how to manage, especially in these tough games where anything can happen, and over the course of 2 legs, anyone can beat anyone, it's not going to be great, especially with all the injuries we have and how much we struggle in the attack, how much we struggle in the midfield, where it's very unbalanced and everything. If we get Man City, it's going to be even worse to some degree, because Man City have finally hit a form. They are going over teams. They are not scraping wins against teams. They are confidently beating them to some degree. Yes, they have defensive issues. There's no argument about that. But I totally trust, for example, and I believe that Man City, if there's going to be an issue, they're going to fix it in January. And it's quite evident that Arsenal won't. The journalists already are saying that the expectations are that Arsenal are going to have quiet January transfer window compared to other transfer windows, to be honest, when we just blow hundreds of millions. We do nothing in January, pretty much. Let's be real. We genuinely do nothing in January, which to a certain degree defines our season year after year. Because whilst other teams tend to sign some players to improve the team, they tend to sell some players to kind of promote some players, Arsenal do nothing. If they fall out of FA Cup, for example, like they did against Man United, right? What is Man United? No, Carabao Cup. No, Man United. They go to Dubai in the empty trips and empty times and everything. So overall, this January window, again, it is a very, very, very big worry for me. Very big worry. And we can get either Chelsea, most likely we're going to get our City, or Newcastle in the Carabao Cup semi-final. And I'm not going to lie, based on the last result against Chelsea, and Maresca is a cup coach to some degree, if we look at how we have fared against Newcastle, if we looked at Man City and how good we do well against them, especially at Etihad, by the way, that Man City have hit their stride as well to some degree. They are just picking up steam. And on top of all that, looking at Mikel Arteta's semi-final game record, where in the last 8 games he has 2 draws and 6 losses with 3 goals scored, I'm worried. I am worried because it's the same stuff. It's the same shit, different year. Same shit, different toilet at the end of the day, if you look at it that way. Supporting Arsenal can be hard sometimes. Yeah, I feel sorry for Ethan, for Max Dowman, for Miles Lewis-Skelly. I feel sorry for those guys. I genuinely do. Because those guys last year, maybe excluding Max Dowman, obviously, saved Arteta's job, saved our season, especially Miles Lewis-Skelly at that left-back position when Calafiori got injured. For the whole season, pretty much, he played. He did very good. Yes, towards the end part of the season, he got kind of found out. He made some rash tackles, rash decisions. He got a few reds and all this stuff. But overall, the how they are treated right now, they don't deserve that. They genuinely do not deserve that. That for me is the mind-boggling thing. They have shown that they are good enough. They have proven themselves to the manager, to fans, that they can do the job. But somehow, just they don't get the trust. They don't get the belief of the manager for some weird reason. Go figure that one out, hey? Big up, Tyrell. Big up, Tyrell. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. And people, go subscribe to Tyrell as well. Go subscribe to Tyrell. Show him some love, people. I bet City buy a couple of players. Yeah, I would not be surprised. Because that is what City do. Remember, City last season finished trophyless. For Man City, that is unacceptable. For Pep Guardiola, that is unacceptable. And what they did, they started their mini rebuild, let's just put it that way. Or as Gal gets triggered by that, what you have to say, retooling, let's just put it that way. In January already. Then they sold some players in summer, added some players in summer, and they went from there. Arsenal did nothing in January. And it looks like they're going to do nothing right now. Even though there are links with Yildiz, but it feels like more like summer signing. Gordon feels like summer signing. Rodrigo, as they said, it's going to be difficult. And the only way we get Semenyo is if we sell some players in January. Do I trust Andrea Berta that he can sell some players in January? Yes, I do, fully. Fully, I believe he can. But it's a very, very weird instance where I don't want this manager getting any more money. I don't want him get players and ruin them even worse, to make them even worse. And it's a pattern that's been unfolding over the years, and it's a very worrying watch. It's a very painful to watch, to be honest, especially looking at how long it has been since we have won a major, 20 plus years. Since we last won the Carabao Cup, it's been 30 plus years. And FA Cup was 6 years ago. In 2 days, December 19th, 2019, Mikel Arteta became Arsenal's manager. So in 2 days, it's going to be 6-year anniversary of Mikel Arteta being at Arsenal. And what does he have to show for it? Like, seriously, 1 FA Cup? 1 billion spent? And securing us as a top 4 team. Well, okay, top 3 team. Let's just put it that way. Top 2 team, if you want to push the narrative. That's about it. There is no big difference. You'll finish second or you'll finish fourth. You can finish fourth being 2 points behind or 3 points behind the first place as well. In that regard, it makes no difference. Nobody remembers the second place, third place, fourth place. Only the winners get immortalized in the history. Let's be real. And looking back, with Mikel Arteta specifically, yes, he has done good things at Arsenal. There's no denying it. There's definitely no denying it. He has fixed some problems as well. The issue right now is that Mikel Arteta has become the problem that needs fixing. And to fix that, Kroenke's, especially Josh and Stan, need to grow some balls. That is the biggest thing, and I don't see it happening, at least for now. Until the end of the season, I don't see it. Big up, Naga Gunner. Big up. And thank you so much. Players regress under Arteta, no attacking identity, nothing. They get stripped down to pure basics, and then they get basically installed in them old software. That, genuinely, our attack under Mikel Arteta, right, based on the face value, or what, and compared to what's inside, it's like having literally Let's just put it that way. It's like having a Ferrari, right, with an Opel Astra engine. That's what it is. It kind of works, but it's not it. It's not a Ferrari engine. It's not 350 horsepower. It's not 600 horsepower, 200-mile-an-hour speedster. It's not. It's not. It should be, but it's not. You barely can get out like 110 miles an hour at best. Like, and to make it worse, it's a gasoline car, and Mikel Arteta is putting in some cheap diesel he has nicked from the local gas station. Like, that's what it is with Mikel Arteta at the moment, with the money spent, with the attack and the team we have, and how it should be performing, and what we get at the end. It's worrying. Attackers are doing defensive stuff instead of... Yeah, we have the best defensive wingers in the world. Best defensive wingers in the world. Ironically enough. And that is the weird one. We should buy another defender. And yeah, we should. We need a defender. We need an attacker. And we need a midfielder as well. In my opinion, we need a left wing. We need a left back. And we need a left center mid to replace Declan Rice. To give him more rest. Because none of the options, unless Mikel Arteta in some weird scenario actually has an epiphany one night, one day, one training, one time he's sitting behind the wheel, right? And he decides playing Skelly in that date. We have nobody. Miguel Merino is better at striker where he has played 1 year in his career than the position where he has played his whole career. Make that make sense. Like, it's actually insane. Besides, from Rice and Zubimendi, if they're not, the quality comes down. Yeah, exactly. And Declan Rice is overplayed, overdone. He's already almost finished. He's on the brink of being injured. He's in the red zone. Zubimendi as well. Yes, he gets some time off on occasion, but overall, he's not the player everyone thought he would be. And I told that in summer. He's not Thomas Partey's replacement. Best case scenario, he's in a sort of an improvement on Jorginho. A bit faster. And that's about it. Zubimendi does sideways passing more than El Neni. And so if you're looking from that point of view, Jorginho has better because he actually has some decent passing on him. Forward passing. Good, great football reading ability. Great footballing IQ. If you're looking from that point of view, yeah, Jorginho actually was better. But Jorginho could not be a star, unfortunately. We got 3 center forwards. One is Jesus, Flair, no end product. Kai moves around and F up fit finish. Again, no end product. And the target man center forward, who's bad technically, but good finisher. But man here doing defensive overlapping. Yeah. And that is the thing with the attack. We have Jesus. He has the skills, he has the flair, he has the link-up play. No end product. We have Havertz, who runs around, who again has the sort of technical ability, sort of a skills, and link-up play, but no end product. And then you have Gyökeres, who has no skills, no technical ability, no passing. Yes, it's a bit of an over-exaggeration, I get that, but you get the point. But he has the end product. And for Arteta to get this right, he either has to play 2 of them together, like Gyökeres and Jesus, or Gyökeres and Havertz, or he should have signed somebody else in the first place. Like, he should have signed Julian Alvarez. If you want the flair, the passing, the link-up, and the end product, and everything together, you should have signed Julian Alvarez at the end of the day. And he didn't. And they didn't at the end. And this is now where we are. We have one or the other. We don't have both. We don't have the best of the both worlds. No Hannah Montana settings. We have one or the other. And you sacrifice one part for the other. At the end of the day, it tends to cost us. We have seen this over the years. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, Merino is a center mid. Holy crap. Just look fans saying we miss Kai. Well, the moment he plays, he'll create a chance from his movement, but he'll mess it up. And fans won't moan. That's the thing. Since October already, quite a big part of the fan base is saying drop Gyökeres as soon as Havertz comes back. Right? And now imagine, they won't. As soon as Havertz misses a great chance, they will say, well, Havertz is not in form. Better luck next time. Keep your chin up, dude, and all this stuff. It's gonna be It's gonna be a zest fest at the end of the day. It's gonna be hella nuts. Hella nuts. And then, to make things worse, you have this one. You have this one. And we have the solution to all of our defensive problems, people. We have the solution. It comes from AFTV, and they have the solution to all of our defensive problems. Saliba can play right back. Here we go. He's half injured, played against Wolves. But don't worry, guys. He's not fully fit, but he can play right back. Come on, guys. Let's do it, guys. As he did in Marseille. With both Ben White and Mosquera out, with Timber needed rotation. Or playing youngsters instead. I much rather see Josh Nichols as a right back than Saliba. I don't care that Nichols is 18. Play him as a right back. He is a right back. Why push Saliba out of the place to make our defense, who already is weakened due to injuries or Mikel Arteta's inability to rotate, even weaker? Why should we do that? Make it make sense. And feel like Arteta only uses touchline wingers. Need more offensive. Yeah, he uses Martinelli and Eze completely wrong. He uses them as touchline wingers. They should not be like that. They are not touchline wingers. They have never been touchline wingers, and they never will be touchline wingers. Matter of fact, Martinelli is a number 9, more of a center forward than anything. Eze is a 10 more than anything. And they get both played left wing. Yes, Saliba right back. See, AFTV are doing this. Yep, Nichols out 19 already. Exactly. 19, and he can play there. If push comes to shove, if you need a right back, play him there. What's even worse, he had a chance to sub on some youngsters against... who did we just play in Champions League? Freaking hell, my brain. Club Brugge. Against Club Brugge. Instead of subbing on actually right back, he subbed on Murray Salmon, who is a center back, just so he can boast about and boost his ego for the fact that he was one of the youngest players to play in Champions League for Arsenal. Just due to share that fact. Not Nichols. He played Salmon there. He could have easily subbed on Nichols for right back. Oh, but no. We cannot do that. And again, on top of that, he Ben White was subbed off. I was under impression that he was injured, right? People said that it was only precautionary and all this stuff. Okay, cool. Next game, what does Ben White do? He starts. For what reason Timber plays left back? Go figure out. Ben White pulls a hamstring sprinting back when Hwang Hee-chan goes one-on-one with the keeper for over half of the length of the pitch. And first thing he does, let's put Timber right back, put on Miles Lewis-Skelly. So the question is, why didn't Skelly start in the first place? Why you need to try and fix something that is not broken? Timber right back, Skelly left back. Because with Mikel Arteta, it feels like it's fully ass backwards. The saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? With Mikel Arteta is, if it ain't broke, break it. That's what it feels like. Arteta's that player management, it's absolutely shambles, and I don't know what to say even about that. Because it was the same rotations when he had no depth, and now he has the same rotations with the depth. So go figure what he wants even. Because it's the same subs, same players, player per player, never proactive, always reactive. Left wing for left wing. 10 for 10, 8 for 8. Center back for center back, right back for right back. Never taking some proactive initiative at the end of the day. Never. You see Arteta's tactics of high pressing and stamina and physical draining. Yeah, he said that in the interview himself after the game against Wolves. You need to be, from the first minute till the 95th minute with added time in this case, fully pressing, fully physical for the whole game. No stepping back. Well, that's not how you're going to win. That's how you get more injuries, isn't it? For such proper rotation is needed. Exactly. That's where Pep was good and got proper squad and the rotation without dropping quality. Yeah. He rotates, he plays. And let's be real, nobody complains at Man City. Because Man City win and they get enough proper rotation. Nobody complains about in Real Madrid. Yes, Rodrigo recently has complained, but that's also because newcomers like Arda Güler and Manustundo are playing over them. But that's another different story. In the big clubs, rotations are a must. And I don't see other players complaining. But the thing is, they rotate actually smartly. For Arsenal, we don't rotate at all, pretty much. Arteta likes one specific 11, plus minus one or two players that randomly get rotated on occasion. And then the subs kick in. Also, to a very distinct and specific degree, and length and depth. Skelly should have played? Yeah, he should have. Without shadow of a doubt. Well, too late. No, obviously. Should be rotating from the beginning of the season. He should be rotating for years. To be honest, if we look even deeper to that, Arteta should have been rotating for years. But he didn't. He had endless opportunities to sign backup for Saka. He didn't. Saka played, carried everything. Saliba went down 3 years ago. In Sporting Lisbon game, the infamous 22-23 season, when we were 8 points clear pretty much against Man City, right? It took him literally 3 years till this summer to sign a backup for Saliba. Enough said. We just genuinely lucked out that Saliba didn't get that many injuries over that time. That we didn't pay the price for it. Looking at it now backwards, if we look at it backwards, right? Due to these instances, our most durable players who almost never gotten injured are getting injured. Saka carried this team on his shoulders for countless years, never getting injured. Right now, he's basically like a deadbeat horse. Havertz, you like him or not, almost never got injured. Now he's getting injured. Odegaard, whether you like him or not, never got injured. Now he's injured. Saliba, Gabriel, they never got injured. They're getting injured now. And it's the same patterns, same instances we are talking about here. And at some point, sooner or later, the penny drops. For me, the next one is Rice. Because Rice as well, during games, he's starting to cramp up. He was subbed off against Chelsea. It's a matter of time before he gets injured. Because the same signs were for Gabriel, Saliba, Saka, Odegaard. Same instances were there. And also Havertz. The same situations happened. And about 2 months later, they got injured. Because they got no rest, no rotation, no nothing. And I think Declan Rice is next because of this right now. Pep squad, Sterling, Sane, Mahrez, Jesus, Silva, KDB, Gundo, Fernandinho, Bernardo. Yeah, he had rotations on lock. On lock. Even for players to get match fitness and use it, because the players need game time too, especially new. Exactly. That's the thing. Arteta wants the same 11 most of the time. And then when he has that 1-2 games when he can rotate, even if he rotates, those players are going to look shit. They have no match fitness, match preparation. They are not into full speed. And it's more often than not, we're going to struggle in that game, and he will be lucky if we win. Or even get a point. And if it's in a cup game, oh, fuck me, we are out of the cup. Like, you need rotation. You need to keep players in check. You need to keep them warm, per se. And he just doesn't. And then the player comes in. He makes a few bad passes. Whole fan base scolds him for that. And then, you see how good is the starting 11. But how about you give the chance for the backup players? Rotate them. Give them a chance. So when actually their name is called upon, they don't need to go into it with cold feet. They actually are warmed up and prepared. You can see the rust, the lack of match fitness, match abilities sometimes when you are not in the game to certain our players. Big up Gooner SC, big up. Even Zumendi injury, yeah, it could be the case, definitely. Good morning, Hendon. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. And Ben White coming from long-term injury, White playing full 90 minutes for past. Exactly. Why not give him a rest? You have no problem doing that with Timber when he has to play full 90 at right back or center back and everything. But Skelly, when he has played literally, let's just say 90 minutes over the last 4 games, oh no, he has to hold bench. Against Wolves, by the way. Against goddamn Wolves. Where we should not be playing 2 DMs in the first place. And Ben White should have gotten a rest as well. And you could have easily started Josh Nichols. Which means Timber also could have gotten a rest. You should not have rushed half-injured Saliba back as well. Because Mikel Arteta admitted that Saliba is not fully fit. He's not fully prepared to play. But he played against Wolves. Will I be shocked if now we're going to see Gabriel before he's fully fit? No, I won't. It's not. It's actually insane. It's maniacal. So much for the best squad in the Premier League. What can you say? Media says it. Top Gooners say it. Must be true. Mosquera and Hincapié pairing versus Chelsea example for the first time in the league. Yeah, we were all over the place. Exactly. There are no connections, no understanding between the players, no nothing. How can you get any chemistry between the players if they don't play together? If you don't give them a chance to play together? Because you are so obsessed for having at least one main guy somewhere in there. It's never going to work. Individually, Mosquera had more experience than Hincapié, for example, in Premier League. But that's individually. To them together as a pairing, to rely on each other, to have the communications, understandings of each player's strengths and weaknesses in match situations, they have none of that. Absolutely none of that. The root cause of failure is Arteta, yeah, because the penny starts and penny drops with Mikel Arteta at the end of the day. Obviously, you can also say Kroenkes, because that also would be true. But since the damage is done, and Kroenkes don't coach the players, don't manage the players, and don't manage the games, it's all with Mikel Arteta. And why even bought Norgard, not using him, waste of 10 mil? Well, we have used him. He played center back against Club Brugge. Like, how much Norgard has played this season? I want to check this. How much has Norgard played this season? Oh, amazing. You're going to love this. These are Norgard's minutes this season. Norgard has played 8 games in total for Arsenal this season. When Arsenal have played, what? 6, 7, 8, 9. So when Arsenal have played 24 games this season. Norgard has played in 8 of those. But look at this. Premier League, 14 minutes in Premier League. Wow. He has played 2 90s in Carabao Cup. Oh, it's great when you play against teams like, okay, Brighton, a bit different, but overall, you play against Portsmouth, Port Vale and all these teams. Like, come on, man. Play Norgard against Crystal Palace in the semifinals. Let's see what happens. Champions League, 4 games, 196 minutes. 196, right? 198. That's, let's just say 50 minutes a game. 4 games, 50 minutes a game. But that also mostly contributed by the fact that he played full 90 against Club Brugge at the end of the day. At center back. Yeah, exactly, at center back. If we survive the league and somehow win the league, then holy moly, it's going to be a surprise, dude. It has to go down in Guinness World Book of Records. It has to go down in all these worldwide foundations as the 9th or 10th world miracle, official one. Big up, Godfrey. Big up, Godfrey. Hope you're doing well. 14 minutes, exactly. 14 minutes in Premier League is crazy. Norgard, smart investment. Brentford captain, prime proven. What didn't they say in summer? 14 minutes. Money well spent. Money well spent for Premier League experience. Holy crap. It's actually insane. To be honest as well. Wait, let's check this quickly. Because I think this is not going to be that much better, is it? Yeah, it's. I wouldn't say it's great. It's also it's. Ethan Vanieri this season, 6 games in Premier League, 165 minutes. Right, so that's what 27 minutes on average, and that as well mostly because Odegaard got injured and he played 2 games and he came on for Odegaard almost full game. 3 games in Champions League, 101 minutes. Fair dues, but also depending on the games where he plays. And in Carabao Cup, 2 games, 1 goal, 2 full 90s. Yeah, against Port Vale, it's definitely going to work out for him easily. How about, then let's look, how about you play him against Crystal Palace then, if you are so keen on playing him. This is the signing of the century, by the way. Backup goalkeeper. Kepa Arrizabalaga. 2 games whole season. 24 games Arsenal have played this season already. And Kepa has played against in Carabao Cup against Port Vale and against Brighton. That's it. Kid you not? That is it. He hasn't played any more games. You want to tell me that there has not been a single game where he could play in Premier League or Champions League and give Raya a rest? Mind you, obviously with goalkeepers it is a bit different, but yeah. Let's be real. We're playing next week. We are playing next week in Carabao Cup. We're playing next week. Smart signing, why they're not speaking now? Exactly. It's not looking great. And if we don't want to be sold that much, why not go loan move? Yeah, we got like 4 loan options, 2 outside league and 2 within the league. Yeah, we could try do something like that, definitely. Could, but we won't. Let's be real, we won't. At times, if Saka needs rest, like play Ethan. Yeah, play Madueke. Madueke, so that one game against Club Brugge, yes and no, it's Belgian chocolate makers and all this crap. But in that one game, he has done more than Saka has done in the last 5 games. And how he gets rewarded for what he did against the Club Brugge. He holds the bench and doesn't even come on the pitch against Wolves. Where in that game against Wolves, given how shit we were, we actually needed someone like Madueke on the pitch. With unpredictability, directness, causing a bit of chaos and everything. Like, that's the nuts part. Saka can do no wrong in Mikel Arteta's eyes. Just like Odegaard. As they just scored a hat-trick against Spurs, what's his reward? Play left wing, Odegaard comes in the 10. Like, it's actually insane. I think Madueke and Martinelli are better use them from the bench. Martinelli of the bench I can see, unless you use him as a center forward. For Madueke, given his form and how he has done so far, I actually would start him over Saka against Everton, for example. Saying that, we are now having 1 week off. We are having 1 week break before we play Everton, right? Which means at the end of the day that you can bet your sweet ass that Saka, Timber, Rice, all these men are going to start. Saliba, they're going to be in there. They're going to start and they're going to do the stuff. I would too. I would start Madueke against Everton. Madueke is better starting, yes. But on right wing only. Only on the right wing. Why doesn't Mikel Arteta sometimes take some risks and do something different, for example? Why not play Saka left wing, Madueke right wing? Just throw a curveball in there sometimes, mid-game even. Not even as a starter, mid-game, for example. Why not? Why not? You see, you say this. 60 minutes, if we had like 2-0, then Sabin, Nelly, and Noni in their pace with started legs. Where did you see that against Wolves? Where did you see Vanieri, Madueke, and all these men coming against Wolves in a proper time to influence the game? Did we saw that? Did we see that? Sorry. Did we see that on Saturday? Did we see that at all? We saw none of that. Let's be real. So, we've seen Saka and Madueke switch sides during games. So, yeah, why not? Exactly. There have been even there is actually training footage where Saka plays left wing and Madueke plays right wing. There is actual training footage on the socials. So why not do that in game? Not just on occasion. Do it often. Do it a lot. Not occasionally. Do it a lot just to throw defenders off. Because the Arsenal are very predictable. They know that Saka starts on the right. We need to lock down that right side. Put Saka on the left. Madueke on the right. Throw a curveball in there. Oh, but he doesn't have Odegaard to play off to. Odegaard's pass percentage are gonna nosedive into the ground because he doesn't have backward sideways passing at Bukayo Saka anymore. Exactly. When Yeri can't get minutes versus Wolves, it's criminal. Yeah, he cannot. He's not getting minutes against anyone, to be honest, to what it feels like. Will be interesting to see how many minutes he gets against Everton and other teams till the end of this year. Because I genuinely would not be surprised if he asks for a loan in January. I would not blame him. Get away from this manager until he gets sacked. Because one of the big talks about in summer about his new contract was more game time. More game time. So far, seen none of it. More game time, you know. So far, have seen none of it. Thank God I didn't sacrifice my sleep. Oh, dude, to watch that game, you need the specific nerves. You need to be just absolutely on it, to say the least. And Odegaard playing like a 6 is a man. Yeah, Odegaard drops in like center back half the time to distribute the ball even. Why drop so deep collecting the ball from the keeper? Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, loan him to Dortmund, Leipzig, even Brighton. Loan him out to a team that actually knows how to play some football, how to attack, how to do things, how to develop things. Oh my God. $37, right? But yeah, it's actually kind of nuts. Big up, Cake. Big up. Check out top scores, top assists in the league this season and last season. I don't think there's a single Arsenal player. Oh, we could do that because the top goal scorer for Arsenal is Bukayo Saka on 4 goals. Top assister for Arsenal is, I think, Declan Rice with 4 as well. That's about it. Like, definitely, there is definitely that. Oi, what am I doing? What am I doing? Here we go. Top goal scorers in Premier League this season. Premier League only. Haaland, 17. Igor Thiago, 11. Semenyo, Foden, Ekitike. Danny Welbeck, Mateta, Richarlison, Buemo, Fernandez, Wilson, Pedro Neto, Rogers, Guimara. Holy crap. Trossard has 4. Eze has 4, and that's thanks to the hat trick. And Saka has 4. Our top goal scorer is on 4 goals. Gyökeres is on 4 goals. Top 20. You know, Callum Wilson is on 4 even. That says a lot, doesn't it? Calvert-Lewin is on 5, you know. Calvert-goddamn-Lewin is on 5 goals. Assists. Trossard with 3. That's the top assister for Arsenal. Granit Xhaka has 4. Haaland has the same amount. Erling Haaland, for fuck's sakes, has the same amount of assists as our top assister. Erling goddamn Haaland, who has no business in creating anything for Man City. Just finish the goals. The same dropping deep formula is used by Eze and Ethan too. Yeah. None of our attackers with double-digit goals. Dude, last season was the first season in 105 years that none of the Arsenal players finished with a double-digit goals. First time in 105 years last season. First time in 105 years. That says it all, doesn't it? Christian from AFTV slags off Gyökeres and said that it's not about service when Saka has 4 goals and 1 assist. What? Our number 10 is Odegaard, can't create safeties. Like, now our wingers cannot create, our number 10 cannot create. Nobody can create. Have you seen this, by the way? I don't know if you were here or not. If you were here or not when we were talking about this, but hey. This is the stuff I'm talking about. Saliba at right back. AFTV power, you know. Kai with 9. Yeah, that he was our top goal scorer. Yeah. The nuts part is, Bukayo Saka was on about 12, 13 assists when he got injured last year, right? He got injured, got a surgery, came back, and nobody still was even in double-digit assists for Arsenal. Like, that's even more insane. It's 2:30 p.m. in India. It's 11 a.m. 11 a.m. They want Saliba to do his hamstring as well. He has no business at right back. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Play Josh Nichols there. Why Saliba as a right back? He already is playing half injured, first of all. Why make him even more injured? Although that could be Mikel Arteta's angle here. Like, make it make sense. Like, genuinely make it make some goddamn sense. It's actually insane. For right back, you know. Playing right back. Holy moly. It's actually insane when you think about it. Kai's failure to finish his meal versus Newcastle was shocking. Could have potentially won us the EFL last season. We could have won. We could have gone through also in FA Cup if Havertz could score from 2 yards out and 6 yards out twice in the same game. Odegaard missed a penalty and we lost to 10-man United. Yeah, but Havertz's inability to finish cost us. It didn't cost us, to be honest, against Newcastle. Over 2 legs, 4-0. No chance in hell Kai Havertz is the only one responsible for that crap. No chance in hell last year. We might get it this year as well, by the way. If we beat Crystal Palace and Newcastle beat Fulham in semi-finals, we might meet again. We might meet again. To be honest, none of the semi-final teams we can face or could face, depending on the results, are not going to help us. Chelsea, it's going to be hell on earth. Man City, it says it all. Newcastle, the less said than better. And that, though, if we get past Crystal Palace, those teams most likely will be one of those teams will be most likely one of our Carabao Cup semi-final opponents. Go figure. I have a feeling we'll play Newcastle, and that's if we get past Crystal Palace first, right? You need to take that in account. If we get past Crystal Palace and Newcastle beat Fulham today, there's a big possibility. And last year we were sitting here and talking about the fact that of all the teams in the semifinals we can get, please don't give us Palace. This year I'm sitting here and saying that if we get into the semifinal, all of the choices are bad, and each one is worse than the next one. City, that just says it all. Newcastle again, oh bloody hell, here we go. And Chelsea, Maresca being a cup coach a bit more than anything at the moment, given his record in cups. And the last time we played them against 10-man Chelsea, we should have lost. Even potentially, we could have lost the game. I'm not too excited about those opportunities. Not too excited at all. But yeah, let's beat Crystal Palace first. Genuinely, let's beat Crystal Palace at first. Yeah, 100%. Let's beat Crystal Palace at first, without shadow of a doubt. City is playing Brentford at home today. It's Man City versus Brentford at the Etihad. Chelsea beat Cardiff yesterday 3-1. Garnacho scored 2 goals, found his level finally, I guess. Newcastle are playing Fulham at St. James's. And at Emirates, we are playing against Crystal Palace. Yeah, sure. Trust me, after last season, when Pep Guardiola won nothing and City won nothing, there is no chance in hell they're gonna go trophyless this season as well. No chance in hell. I don't see it in any way, shape, or form. They're gonna get at least 2 trophies this year, Man City. At least 2. And my money is on Carabao Cup and the Premier League. If we make it to the final, I'd rather City in one-off game. Yeah, in one-off game, I'd rather have City as well, yeah. Saying that, we need to get past semifinals. And Mikel Arteta's record in semifinals in the last 8 games is 0 wins, 2 draws, 6 losses, with 3 goals scored overall. And one of them was a penalty. It's not filling me with confidence, is it? It's not filling me with confidence. Since winning that FA Cup, he cannot get anything in semifinals. He gets absolutely chewed up and spat out for breakfast with no sauce, no pepper, no salt, no nothing. That is a big, 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 big worry. Let's just put it that way, those semifinal games. But oh bloody hell am I worried. Oh bloody hell am I worried. But in one-off games, yes, I'd rather have City than anything else. But that's just, again, one-off game. Yeah, exactly. Semi-final goal ratio is shambles, to say the least. The fact that we lost 4-0 alone against Newcastle in 2 games it's not looking great. Like, let's be real. To be honest, man, our squad is good enough to if the team is up. But that's the thing. Our team and squad is good enough to win stuff. It's just the manager that's the problem, in my opinion. Our team last year and year before that was good enough to win stuff. And again, Mikel Arteta managed to ball it somehow. I'm not gonna lie, I would. If we have Eze, why put Jesus there? Like, we have Eze, why put Jesus there? I would say this. I wouldn't mind Jesus as a left winger, though. Jesus for the left wing and Eze in the 10. Gyökeres up top. And what's its face? Saka on the right. I would not mind that, though. Definitely would not mind that, though. But yeah, I guess it is what it is at the end of the day. We have to sit here, wait, endure all the pain, and hope. That's about it. Yeah, I think so too. Jesus and Gyökeres definitely could work together. One is more technically gifted with better passing. Other one is a pure on finisher. For me personally, that is one of those biggest pet peeves. What bugs me about Mikel Arteta, because for me, as a prime example, what I take from recent years with that is France, when they had Griezmann up top together with Giroud in 4-4-2, Kante, Pogba midfield. If I look at that Griezmann-Giroud combination up top was fantastic. One finisher, one big tall finisher, another one is agile, technical, with a bit of pace, and everything gets out of tricky spots and they can bounce off each other. Pause. And I think having Jesus, Gyökeres like that together actually could do us some favors. But we all know that he's not going to change formation, style, system, and everything. So we just have to sit here and suffer. And if we have this defensive crisis when they're not used, yeah, we don't, like, since winning the FA Cup 6 years ago, well, 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago, we have never used 5 at the back ever since as a main formation. He's more of creator anyways. Exactly. But yeah, people, if you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. I'm gonna end it for now, but this evening I should be back. It'll be interesting to see what I'm gonna talk about because I haven't decided yet. But we're gonna stream this evening most likely as well. So for today, have a nice day. Enjoy your time. Have a nice whatever you're gonna do. And hopefully, gonna see you soon. Peace.